Hello and welcome to today's lesson. We are in chapter 7. I combined chapters 6 and 7 because they are both a little bit on the easier side. So I thought we'd kind of combine them and we can practice them together tomorrow. So our goal today is that we would be able to determine a rule for a sequence written in equation form and extend the sequence in order to be able to use a coordinate plane to show points and kind of show distances. So let's get started. All right, so here's some vocabulary words for you to write in. A sequence is a list of numbers that follow a specific pattern. Okay, so here's the example right here. So this is the sequence. 4, 8, 12, 16, and then the dots indicate that the sequence continues. And then each number in the list is called a term. So each one of these, term, and so on. Okie dokie. So please write these in. This is a great example to draw in because we really do use the word term a lot as math continues, and sequence is a good one to add to your vocabulary as well. So, Mary and her friends find a 4-leaf clover during lunch. A 4-leaf clover has 4 leaves. The table shows the number of leaves for several 4-leaf clovers, and we need to extend the pattern to find the next 3 terms. Okay, so each term in the sequence can be found by adding 4, because each one has 4. So 16, this is really like multiplying. So I don't know why they have you practicing such a basic one, but 6 would be 24. So we got 20. 20 plus 4 is 24. 24 plus 4 is 28, and so on. So next 3 terms are 20, 24, and 28. So that's kind of a simple sequence, right? We're adding 4 each time. They're going to get much more tricky than that, where we're multiplying, dividing, multiplying and adding, and so on. So Maria and Jung are training to run a half marathon. A half marathon is about 13 miles. Their weekly training plans are shown in the table. Use this information to write a sequence to represent each person's weekly training plan. Then compare the plans. Each week, Maria will run 2 more miles, and Jung will run 4 more miles than the previous week. Okay, so they're going to start with 2. So the sequence with 5 terms for Maria's plan. So she's going to start 2. Add 2 miles per week for each of the next 4 weeks. So she's going to go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So after 5 weeks, she'll be running 10 miles a week. Sequence for Jung's is 4 and 4 miles per week for the next 4 weeks. 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Compare the training plans. Each week, Jung plans to run 2 times. Notice that. 2 times as many miles as Maria plans to run. So Maria runs 2, Jung runs 4. Maria runs 4, Jung runs 8. Each time, she is running twice as many miles as, Jung, is running twice as many miles as Maria. So we can notice that's a times 2. He runs 2 times as many miles as Maria each week. Okay, so, and the sequence part wasn't so difficult, and so I thought we could add on some coordinate planes. Okay, so here we go. You can use grid paper to represent locations on a map. From school, Marcia walks 3 blocks north to the library. Okay, let's underline that, it's important. Then she walks 2 blocks east to the park, and her home is located 1 block south of the park. Okay, so we need to draw a map that shows these locations. So this lesson is going to build upon for the next lesson. So we'll start using ordered pairs and everything for the next lesson, so I just wanted to do like a little bit of sequencing, a little bit of practicing coordinate planes, and then the next lesson we'll really dive into coordinate planes. So anyways, it says use the blank grid to draw and label the dot in the left corner to represent the school. So this is going to be the school. Okay, we'll remember north, south, and it spells we, west, east. Okay, so from school, Marcia walks 3 blocks north to library. So she walks 1, 2, 3. So here is the library. Then she walks 2 blocks east to the park. 1, 2. Okay, here we have the park. Her home is located 1 block south of the park. So here we have her house. Okay, draw a map that shows these locations. So there we did. And notice, I'm traveling upon all of the intersections. I'm not like counting squares or moving in. I'm traveling upon all of the intersections, which is what we would do if we were walking around Austin. We would count the blocks. We're walking along the streets. We're not walking through people's backyards and that sort of thing. We're walking along the streets. You can imagine that same thing on the coordinate plane. From the dot labeled school, in what direction along the grid should you move to get to the library? So we need, what direction along the grid? We're going to move up 3. 1, 2, 3. Up 3. How many units? Oh, 3. Draw and label a dot to represent the library's location. We did that. From the dot labeled library, what direction should you move to get to the park? We move right. And we moved right 2. Draw and label, okay, we did that. We should move down. And we should move down 1. Oh. So, we're just going to kind of practice. There's going to be some kind of situations like this for you to practice tomorrow. Like I said, these are just kind of both like a little bit review. So thanks for watching. I won't take up any more time, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.